Hello everyone, I am the Loon and welcome back to another episode of Redstone with the Loon. Today I have for you a world restorer in one command block. So this is a newer version of my previous world restorer, the difference being that this one uses the new 1.9 command blocks. As well, it comes in one command, which makes for a much easier installation. So I guess first things first, I'll demonstrate to you what this machine does. So in order to use the world restorer, you're going to need the items required. So the machine, in order to get these items to you, does two things. One, as you log in, it will send your player a message in chat, which is clickable to give yourself the item, regardless of whether or not you are opt on a server. This is multiplayer proof, so this message is sent personally to the player that just logged in, not the entire server. The other way to get it is simply by stepping on the pressure plate at the actual machine. The purpose of the world restorer is to, as the name suggests, restore your creative test worlds. This really only is effective in super flat worlds such as this. So in order to use the world restorer eggs, all you have to do is right click and the world will be restored around where you right click. So there's two eggs, the 3x3 egg and the 5x5 egg, and as the name would suggest, they will restore a 3x3 or 5x5 area respectively around where you right click. So if I right click here, it will restore a 3x3 area around, or if I was using a 5x5 egg, a 5x5 area around, just like that. And essentially by placing these, you are able to restore an area. So not only does it fill in holes, it will also get rid of any blocks that don't belong. For example, in this sort of forest thing, if you right click with the world restorer, it'll also get rid of the actual trees themselves, not just repair the ground. It's important to know that the way it works is by cloning the 3x3 area within the actual machine itself to the desired destination. So whatever you want your world to be restored to, it should look like inside the machine. For example, right now I have it so it matches the rest of the world, and so if I use the world restorer, that's what it'll restore it to. But if I change it out for something like mycelium, you'll see now that if I use the world restorer, that it will restore it to a mycelium state. So step one in installing this into your world will be to open up this document that I've made. I've linked it down in the description below. Long story short, the system works on a couple of hard coordinates because of using the clone command. So rather than making you go through the entire command finding the coordinates, I've just put together this spreadsheet. So the first thing you're going to need to do is go into File and make a copy so that you will have a copy for editing. So it should open in a new tab just like this, and the picture should hopefully load. The instructions are all here on the sides with the visuals to help you through it if you prefer to just read it rather than watching the tutorial. So once you've opened this, we're going to hop back into Minecraft, but first you're just going to copy this command quickly. Okay, there we go. In order to install it into your world, you need to be in creative mode, have cheats enabled, and if you're on a server, be opt. So if you are all these things, then we'll continue. So first we're going to need to use this command /give@p command block, and what that's going to do is it's going to give you a command block. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this where we want our machine. A few things of note: you'll probably want to make sure you're in the spawn chunks so that if you're not in the spawn chunks, the machine still works. So we're going to put this where we want it, so I'm not too picky in this world because there's nothing here, so I'm just going to put it right where I am right now. Note that the machine is going to spawn in the ground in a 5x5 area around the command block, so I'm just going to draw the outline of it. So since this is where we place the command block, that's where it's going to be. So we're going to hop back in our document in a second, but first we're going to need to grab the coordinates of our command block. So we're going to open the debug screen. On Windows it's F3, on Macs I believe it's F3 or function F3. Anyway, so we're going to open it and we're going to look at looking at coordinates. You can see them right here on the last line and sort of the second grouping on the left. So in my case, the coordinates are 356, 64, and 1809. Now we're only interested in the X and Z, so we're only going to be interested in 356, which is the X, and 1809, which is the Z. So memorize these numbers and hop over to the Google spreadsheet. So now that we're back on our spreadsheet, we're going to input the X and Z coordinates into this section here. So where it says X equals 0, you're going to change it to whatever your coordinates are. So in my case, they're 356 for X. Yours will be different though. And then for Z, I'm going to input my Z coordinate, which is 1809, just like that. So now that we've done that, the spreadsheet's input it into the command, so we can copy this highlighted text box here, which is going to copy the command that we're going to put in the command block in the actual Minecraft world. Note that to select the box, you don't double click, because that'll actually have you edit it, and we don't want that. So just single click, and that'll allow you to copy it. Copy shortcuts are Control-C on Windows and Command-C on Mac. So back in the world, we're going to take that command that we copied from the spreadsheet, we're going to paste it into the command block just like that. And then where it says down here needs redstone, we're going to click that so it's always active. Now as soon as we click done, the command block is going to trigger and it's going to spawn the whole thing, so I'm going to do that. And there we go. After a little bit of a lag spike, we have the machine in the world. That command block updated a few game rules. It updated log admin controls to false, as well it updated command block output to false. It also added a few scoreboard objectives. It added TLWR_data and TLWR_logout, which is the two scoreboard objectives that this machine relies on. It should be operational now, so if we step on the pressure plate, you'll see that we do get our world restore eggs. If we just have something to change, we can immediately start using it. And from now on, every time you log in, it will send out that message, which will allow you to click and receive the eggs. So that's it. If you're still here, I'd thank you all for watching, and I'd ask you to go down below the video and give the video a rating. Likes and dislikes are appreciated. They tell me how I'm doing. Then once you're done that, head into the comments section and give me some constructive criticism. I love hearing it, and it helps me to improve my content. Until next time, thanks for watching.